You were probably told the same thing I was. Work hard, and you'll be successful. It's the mantra of our parents, our teachers, our bosses. Work hard, put in the hours, and one day, you'll make it. But let's take a look around. Millions, even billions of people work incredibly hard every single day. They wake up before the sun. They sacrifice their health. They miss time with their families. Yet, so many of them remain poor. Think about it. Hard work is universally respected. We admire the grind, the hustle, the sheer effort. But if hard work alone made people rich, our world would look very different. Some of the hardest working people I know are the ones who earn the least. Construction workers building our cities, factory workers powering our industries, delivery drivers bringing us our necessities. They put in grueling hours, day in and day out. Their effort is undeniable. But for many, their financial situation barely budges year after year. So, if hard work isn't the answer, what's going wrong? The problem isn't the amount of effort. It's where that effort is being directed. The fundamental issue for most people is that they trade their time directly for money. An hour of work for a fixed wage, a day of labor for a daily rate, a year of your life for a salary. This model has a built-in, unbreakable limit. You only have 24 hours in a day. You can only work so many of them before you burn out. When your income is directly tied to the hours you put in, your income will always have a ceiling. And that ceiling is what keeps you stuck, running on a treadmill that never really goes anywhere. Let's break down the system. Employees work hard. Owners work smart. When you work for a company, your hard work generates value. You might come up with a brilliant idea, close a huge deal, or streamline a process that saves thousands. That effort increases the company's profits. But does your salary double overnight? Rarely. Your income stays relatively flat, with maybe a small annual raise that barely keeps up with inflation. You create the value, but someone else captures the majority of it. That's the core difference. Rich people don't necessarily work more hours than you. They don't have a secret source of energy. What they do differently is build systems. They create businesses. They make investments. They acquire assets. These are things that generate income for them even when they aren't actively working. Their money works for them instead of them working for money. They have successfully separated their income from their time. A business can make sales while the owner is asleep. A stock portfolio can grow in value without constant management. A rental property generates income every single month. This is called leverage. It's about getting more output for your input. The trap of hard work is that it feels productive. It feels safe. Clocking in and out gives you a sense of security and the illusion of progress. You're busy. You're tired at the end of the day. So you must be moving forward, right? But that comfort is incredibly expensive. When you spend all your energy just trying to survive, just trying to make it to the next paycheck, you have no time or mental space left to learn how money actually works. You're too busy playing the game to learn the rules. Now, I want to be crystal clear. I'm not saying that hard work is useless. Far from it. Laziness won't get you anywhere. But hard work without a smart direction is just a recipe for burnout. It's like trying to chop down a giant tree with a butter knife. You can swing as hard as you want for as long as you want, but you'll just end up exhausted. Real, sustainable wealth is built on a foundation of leverage. And there are several types of leverage you can use. The first is skills that scale. This means developing an expertise that isn't tied to the hours you work. Think of a software developer who writes a piece of code once and it gets sold to millions of users. Or a writer who writes a book that sells for years. They did the work once, but they get paid for it over and over again. The second, and perhaps most powerful form of leverage is ownership. You have to own something. This could be a piece of a business, real estate, stocks, or even intellectual property. When you own an asset, you benefit from its growth. You capture the value you help create. Ownership is what allows your wealth to compound. It's the small snowball at the top of the hill that grows into an avalanche as it rolls down. The third is capital, using money to make more money. This is what investing is all about. It's putting your savings to work in assets that have the potential to grow over time. It might start small, but over decades, the power of compound interest can turn a modest investment into a fortune. So, the path forward isn't about working yourself to the bone for someone else. It's about being strategic. It's about channeling your hard work into building something that works for you. Start by educating yourself. Read books about finance, investing, and entrepreneurship. Learn how to manage your money so that you can start saving and investing, even if it's just a small amount to begin with. Think about skills you can develop that are in high demand and can be scaled. Maybe it's digital marketing, content creation, coding, or sales. These skills can open up opportunities for freelancing, starting a side hustle, or eventually building your own business. And most importantly, shift your mindset from being a consumer to being an owner. Instead of just buying products from your favorite companies, consider buying their stock. Instead of just paying rent, start planning how you can one day own a property. It's a long-term game, but every journey starts with a single step. The old advice is broken. Don't just work harder. Work smarter. Channel your effort into building systems, acquiring skills that scale, and accumulating assets. Work hard, yes, but work hard on building something that you own, something that will eventually work for you. That is the true path to financial freedom. Stop trading your limited time for money. Start building a future where your assets do the heavy lifting. Thanks for watching. If this video gave you a new perspective, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building real wealth. See you in the next one.